Gang, the time is here. We have early access campaign coming tomorrow, and as of next week we have Modern Warfare 2 dropping. So right now I'm just kind of wrapping up everything that we know so far about the campaign, about Warzone 2.0, about multiplayer. So if you're out of the loop, you need to figure it out, go ahead and sit down, get comfortable, man, hit that sub button, crush the like button, enjoy the video, gang. Let's get right into it, okay? Alright gang, starting right here, week 0 early campaign access overview. It says with this early campaign, we get an immersive introduction to Modern Warfare 2. Take the full early access period to learn about Task Force 141, its ties to the Mexican Special Forces, and the overall foundational narrative to the next chapter of Modern Warfare Universe's story. If you didn't play Modern Warfare 2019, these campaigns tie into each other. The end of Modern Warfare 2019 campaign, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend going on YouTube and looking for that last cutscene, because this is where Captain Price is sitting down. He's getting this whole crew together, and it's the OG crew that we know from the old Modern Warfare 2, getting everyone together for this campaign, which is what's going to make this campaign so much different. In case you didn't know, obviously you got Ghost, you got Riley. Moving on to the actual campaign for this year, it's going to be pretty nuts. It says right here, the Modern Warfare 2 campaign is an indirect continuation of the Modern Warfare 2019, obviously picking up 3 years after Task Force 141's original formation, which obviously the original formation was way back in MW2, the OG. It says, under the supervision of Station Chief Kate Laswell, Captain John Price creates the International Special Operations Group with 2 hand-picked selections from his storied military history. We got Soap and Ghost, Gaz, and that, I don't know why I just said 3, he said 2, but 3. Regardless, 3 legendary characters coming into play. Here's where it gets interesting for me though. It says over the next 36 months. So it's like this whole timeline of this game is going to be over 3 years, which I think is pretty cool to see throughout a campaign. Kind of interested to see how that works. But a big thing that they're doing this year with the campaign that's pretty crazy in my opinion, they're going to have actual campaign rewards that you can use throughout the game, whether it's going to be Warzone multiplayer, special ops, it doesn't matter. Here's all the different things you can unlock. You got calling cards, emblems, double XP tokens. I mean, and you even unlock operators, which I think is pretty cool. You can unlock different operators, and at the very end right here, you can unlock an assault rifle, which is Captain Price's signature weapon. Comes with 4 pre-equipped attachments, which, I mean, this is definitely something Call of Duty should have done in the past. I'm very happy they're doing it now. It gives people more incentive to play the campaign. I've been playing Call of Duty since I was a little kid. I've 15 years easily, and I gotta say, campaign is something that does make Call of Duty special. I play it every year. I've never made a campaign video, but just know when I'm chilling, when there's not much to do, I'm knocking out a campaign on Veteran. But with that being said, campaign tomorrow night, Friday night, and Saturday night. I think I'm gonna do it in 3 parts. I'm gonna stream the campaign on the channel. If it's like super amazing, it's gonna be 1 stream. We're just gonna duke through it. It's gonna be like a 6-hour stream, whatever, but we're gonna knock out the campaign. And then if you aren't able to go to the live streams, I'm gonna upload mission by mission leading up to the Modern Warfare 2 release. And then I think maybe the day before the actual Modern Warfare 2 release, we'll do our last little Warzone video, because I'm probably not touching Warzone for a while after Modern Warfare 2 comes out, at least content wise, just because I want to stay on top of Modern Warfare 2, and I honestly cannot wait for the new game. Back to this gun though, it says these attachments make this gun's blueprint an all-around great primary weapon. Is an excellent starting point for players of all skill levels across all game modes compared to the base weapon. This weapon blueprint offers more stability when aiming, reduced vertical and horizontal recoil, and a clear sight picture, among other benefits like sound suppression. I don't know why they said benefits like sound suppression. The mini-map's not like a classic mini-map. Suppressed or unsuppressed, you don't show up on the map when you shoot. So that's kind of chopped, but you do need to take notes of everything I just read right there. They're telling you need to go ahead and finish the campaign as quick as you can, because this is definitely a gun that's going to give you an edge. If you pre-ordered the game but you didn't get like the Vault Edition with all the, you know, it came with all the operators, all the I forgot what they called it, the FJX guns or whatever. If you didn't get the Cinder pack, you know, you're gonna want to get stuff like this, because it's free for you to get early, and it's definitely going to give you that edge. But for people who get the Vault Edition, I mean, all their ARs are practically, you know, fully leveled up. You have all the attachments, at least in the M4 category. It says, plus you can use early access period to knock out most of the platform specific accolades, which are equal parts points of pride for practice for other modes. I mean, they have a good point with that, but one thing I'm gonna state now is campaign feels different than multiplayer 10 times out of 10. It's usually not the same gunplay. Everything feels a little bit different. It's almost comparable to Warzone and multiplayer back in the Verdansk days. You know, you'd use a gun in multiplayer, it'd be the best thing you've ever used. You bring it over into Warzone, it'd be kind of chopped. Everything's going to play a little bit different. You're definitely going to get a feel for the game. I think the biggest thing you need to pay attention to is probably the movement. The movement might be the closest thing on par, and obviously maybe recoils to guns, but like in terms of, you know, TTKs, obviously, stuff like that, it's not going to be the same. Let's see, one of the challenges involves completing campaign on either of the hardest difficulty settings, veteran and realism. The latter turns off all HUD and lowers health for a true test of ability. Complete it and you'll be well prepared to face the AI combats in Spec Ops. That's another thing that I really haven't seen anybody talk about is Spec Ops, like special operations. Spec Ops was huge in MW2. It was a ton of fun to run with your friends, and the whole point of it was to get 3 stars. They kind of had a little bit of a special ops. I think they called it Trials in Modern Warfare 2019. It's the same concept, but special ops were different than Trials. Trials, you know, you'd shoot the targets, run through. Special ops were more like missions. Similar, but not really. I mean, they're two totally different things. So to see special ops coming back as its own entity, that could be very big and very exciting. Multiplayer and special ops overview. Let's see if they've added anything. Let's see. Multiplayer defines emergent gameplay with a focus of variety. Those who played the beta already got a glimpse of the game's assortment modes. Let's see. On day 1, there's going to be 12 unique modes, 10 traditional modes on core maps, and 2 ground war modes on battle maps. I don't know exactly how many maps are going to be at launch, but I believe I read somewhere there's going to be 16 maps at launch. There's probably a tab somewhere here on the side we can find that at. But that's pretty crazy. 12 unique modes off of the rip with 10 traditional modes. So at least we know we got 2, you know, new modes coming in. It's pretty crazy. It's a lot of variety. I feel like COD's pretty standard in multiplayer when it comes out. You get free for all, team deathmatch, domination, maybe capture the flag, obviously search and destroy, and then just like a toss up after that, you know, hard point. It's very basic, but I know in the beta you had the hostage rescue, which was a ton of fun. There was one more game mode, I can't remember the name of it, but it was essentially a search and destroy like game mode where you could res your teammates, pick them up. It's on probably this picture. You had cash, you had to get the payloads, but it was pretty fun to play. Let's see. Talking about Al Mazrah, this is going to be the Warzone 2.0 map. It says right, oh, there's a multiplayer map within Al Mazrah. It's Al Bagra Fortress, located within. So that's something really cool we can all look forward to on launch day. Apparently this map is part of Al Mazrah. I like that. It gives us a feel of Warzone 2.0. We already got a little taste of Warzone 2.0 maps with the ground war maps they had in beta. I mean, it's awesome. Anything that they'll give me, at least for Warzone 2, just to get a feel for the map, I'll feel pretty happy with that, man. Here we go. Several core and battle maps will be based in this region, making multiplayer a phenomenal place to learn some of its points of interest in detail. They did the same kind of thing in Modern Warfare 2019. Or I guess it theoretically was still Warzone. It was the Warzone Team Deathmatch. They essentially started doing ground war at POIs specifically, so you could really learn how to play a POI in a team deathmatch sense. So when you got into a Warzone fight, you knew the area a little bit better. I like them adding this to multiplayer off the rip. I think that was the biggest downfall of Caldera. It was awesome that it was new, but it was so much different and no one had any idea of what was going on when it came out. I think that was part of its downfall. There were no training grounds. They started doing like the mini royale game modes, you know, or the resurgence, Caldera resurgence. It just didn't help, you know. We had to scrap it. I think this is a better take. It kind of gets everyone ready so they know what to expect when Warzone 2.0 drops with Al Mazrah. I believe that drops November 16th. It might be the 17th, but it's within those 2 days for sure. Let's see, Las Almas we've already played. That was a really cool map. It says similar footprint to Al Mazrah. Let's see, rest of the world. The last group of multiplayer locals is an assortment of core maps with no specific region. So these are going to be our randomized maps. Usually they're just a lot of fun, cool. That's right here, these assortment of core maps, no specific region. That's where you get your banger maps. That's where you get like the iconic maps that go down in history, like Shipment. Special ops for playable co-op raids coming in season 1. An evolution of the special ops mode from Modern Warfare 2019, which you know what? I literally just covered this. I was talking about trials, but Modern Warfare 2019 did have a spec ops mode. Like, now that I'm actually thinking about it, you could run around for Verdansk, you could run it. It was alright. It wasn't great. It was okay. It kind of played like zombies a little bit, but it did not feel like OG Spec Ops, I'll tell you that much. But it's cool that they're adding it back. Again, anything at this point is going to be awesome. It's going to be a breath of fresh air, so I'm looking forward to that. Let's see, infiltrate a town in the dead of night to uncover intel and evidence left by, I'm not even going to butcher that name, before exfiltrating. Stealth is key to survival. See, this right here is more like OG Spec Ops, having to really be sneaky, don't get caught, stuff like that. That sounds dope. We're just gonna kind of scroll through, see if there's anything. Progression, the journey at launch. At launch, there's more to Modern Warfare 2 than the traditional military ranks. Prior to season 1, will feature a new battle pass system and seasonal prestige. Players will have access to the following progression system. So you have military ranks, that's 1 to 50, unlock all weapons, multiplayer loadouts, spec ops kits. Weapon platform, each weapon platform will feature camo and mastery challenges. Most will include progression trees, which we saw in the beta. If you haven't seen that, go over to on my channel, look up the beta, look at my class setups. I break down the skill tree a little bit more. It's pretty neat. Essentially, if you are using an M16, when you're unlocking attachments for that gun, those attachments are able to be used on the M4 and you're unlocking that receiver as you're playing. So instead of having to unlock 5 guns and then attachments for each individual gun, they all share the same attachments, but you just unlock the receivers. So you unlock the gun, shared attachments. It makes it so, in my opinion, they did this because people whine about it. People are like, oh, pay to win, or oh, you have to grind. That's so crap. Whatever. I personally like having to grind out the weapons and really like unlock stuff, but it's cool. They had to cater to it. Some people are soft when it comes to that. That's fine. And honestly, it's gonna make my day shorter, man. I don't have to sit and grind when a new gun comes out. Might already have the attachments for it. Daily challenges, they've already had that. Career milestones, all those, they've already had this. Best way to prepare for Warzone 2.0, dropping November 16th. We nailed it. Operators, 25 available at launch. Weapons, over 30 weapon platforms at launch, over 50 unique weapons. That's pretty neat. Movement, firing, and other fundamental features are shared between all games within the Modern Warfare 2 universe. This takes me back to the first statement I actually made talking about campaign. I wonder if campaign, you know, firing, it's saying firing, movement, all of this is shared between. Some campaigns have slightly different movement than multiplayer, but it's usually not that far off, and it's not very common. But this is saying that it's all shared, so maybe campaign's going to be a vibe. Being able to play it a week early might actually give you a big advantage going into the week. Some people jump into a multiplayer and they say, oh, I got it. But the game engine's so much different than what they were used to the year before, they just absolutely crap out. That happens, it's okay. But what I'm getting at is you're going to want to grind this campaign. You're going to want to knock it out. Going down to the spec group, this is just different operators. Let's see, photos of campaign, one shared engine, that's what we were just talking about. Anti-cheat on day one, obviously they shouldn't even have this in here, that it should be a given that there should be an anti-cheat, everyone knows this. And then just Twitch drops. You can get different Twitch drops watching famous streamers on Twitch. Me personally, I don't stream on Twitch, I stream on YouTube. You won't get a Twitch drop for watching me on YouTube, but you probably have a good time. You might learn something, all right? Gang, I'm gonna call it here. I'm very excited. Everyone get ready. Again, I will be making a community post on the channel the day that we are going live. I believe it's gonna be tomorrow. Just to double check, we might do it Friday. I will keep you all posted. But look, if you're new to the channel, you made it this far. First and foremost, if you made it this far, you're a legend. So thank you all so much. Love you all for the support. Hit the sub button, man. Crush the like button. I'll catch you all soon. Let's get a game.